sketched out there a bit. Nice. Morning everyone, welcome back to the channel. So this is the bike so far. Quite a lot done to it from its first iteration, but the latest is the wheel. 27.5 on the back. So this is a Mullet now. It's a race face AR30 and it's got offset spokes. If you've ever seen that before, I don't know if you can see it. Offset, and it's more leaning towards the brake side for more strength apparently. And I've bung a DHF on the back that I had knocking around. If you just see down here, you can see that it's a little bit of a worn out tyre. It's the goo's trying to come out the cracks of it, so that will need to be upgraded. Done some jockey wheels recently. They died a bit quicker than I thought they were going to, but didn't cost much. And I had a bit of a nightmare the other day. The old brake discs fell into the caliper, so now I've got these different style ones with the bolts holding in the brake pads. So yeah, I was at Surrey Hills, that brought it to a quick end unfortunately. And handlebars, took advantage of Chain Reaction's Black Friday deals. I mean, it was unbelievably cheap, to be fair. These are nuke proof Horizons. They're 200mm, so 20mm wider than my old ones, and a bit more of a rise to them as well, and noticeably lighter as well, which I was quite surprised about. Like noticeably mad. So oh, and I've changed the I've made the stem a bit higher. I moved the old spacers about, because when I first rode this bike, if you go back and watch the other video, first reaction was it's very long and the front feels very low. And I've watched a few videos on YouTube about this bike and other people have said that the front feels low. So let's see how that goes. It's a bit of a test ride today as well as a review for you guys as we go along. I'll talk about it, but for now I'm going to go over to, there's a couple of corners, 2 trails in Swinley where this bike with the 29er on the back, it really weren't turning how I wanted. So I'll go there and I'll explain. This is my first ride in 5 weeks. Just so busy. Kids, house, work, and the weather has been horrendous. My last ride was like, went to Surrey Hills where my brake pads died, and it was so wet, and you know, I had all the gear but it was just too much in the end, so my lungs are dying today. I'm totally out of breath. Right, first trail, and I've never taken this bike Mullet downhill, so let's see what it's like. Plus this has got a few corners on it, let's see how it goes. This wasn't the trail I was thinking of. Yeah man, well, so yeah. Oh yeah, I think it's better. Let's not jump the gun. Yeah. Someone's been through and done some work on this. Well good. Well done guys. Cleared the bushes, smoothed it out. Listen to me. A couple of pizzas, a few burgers, a few cappuccinos, and that's it. Summer fitness gone. Mate, jokes. Unbelievable. Oh, it's going to hit a few little jumps. Right, just taking a break. Oh, these RockShox domains, I can only sing their praises. They are amazing. Considering they're below the Zeb Ultimate and the Zeb Select, don't know if you can see them while I'm talking, but they're amazing. They do everything you want. They take the big hits. They don't dive through the travel when you're sort of pedaling into something. They're not vibrating you to bits over sort of a gravel fire road for 5 minutes, you know. It's all beautiful. I can't remember how much I paid for them. It wasn't much more than 250. It was around that sort of price. 150mm travel. It will never use the last bit. Some reason, everyone said this. It won't use the last inch of travel, so 140mm travel, but right, got my breath back now. Let's see if it's how it feels on a few little roller jumps. Oh, definitely comes out quicker. Back stepped out there a bit. Nice. You know what? It just feels a little bit more willing, a bit more sprightly at the back, you know. Definitely tips in slightly better. Oh no, winter. Right, let's go to this other trail. So here we are, guys, some nice flat corners around there until you get to this one. Goes around the corner here like that, and it just don't go around the corner how I was expecting, how I wanted it to. Yeah, 29, it's never going to be as good as 27.5, and I bought a 29er because I just wanted it to roll better, which it absolutely does better than a 27.5. Because this is a 21 bike, it's meant to have a 51mm offset fork, and I've got a 44mm offset fork, so that's kind of the new standard. It's meant to be more stable at high speeds over a 51, which is more stable over sort of slower corners and stuff. So because this bike's not supposed to have this fork on here of 44mm offset, let's see if I can explain this. So when I was coming around this corner, it's happened on this corner and one other, I can't remember where it was. When you get to a certain lean angle and a certain thing, like the extreme basically, it starts trying to pitch you over. The front starts to tuck, but you haven't got to push it. You're pushing hard, but you're not so hard that you're going to crash, if you know what I mean. It's really hard to explain, and you might not agree with me, but it's kind of doing this pitching over thing on me, and it was very disconcerting as well. So that was another reason for banging the 27.5 on the back, hoping now we're going to go and test it now that it's not going to do that anymore, because it's dropped it down at the back, and maybe that's given it 0.5 degrees slacker on the head tube. Don't know. Let's find out now. Seems better. Whoa! Yeah. I don't know. It's hard to think because no one's run this trail. It's got a lot of shrapnel on it. I might go and clear that one corner and just try and get as much grip into it as possible. Right, there we go. I think I may need another video really. I don't know if I've got enough time to really. But anyway, that's some of the marbles cleared off. It proper stepped out on me a second ago, didn't it? Fucking hell. So yeah, it's all the twigs and that gone. Let's try it again. Oh my god. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, it's hard to say. Well, I'm not sure. I'm gonna roll with, it's definitely better. It is noticeably better, but I don't know how much better at the moment. I need a much longer ride on it. I need 2 or 3 rides probably to really say how much better it is, but I'm gonna roll with it is definitely better. Pedaling up hills, I've not noticed it being any slower or anything like that, so pedaling efficiency is still there, I would say. A few little jumps I did was fine, and the cornering, I'm gonna say it's better. It's hard to say really, it's hard to say, but maybe I'll let you know in another video at some point. But let's do a quick review of the bike. Actually, we'll go through everything. Let's start here. So we've got the Nuke-proof Neutron 29er front wheel, or is it? That's the hub. The rims in a WTB. That's been absolutely fine, no problems whatsoever. Really like it. Same with the tyre. DHFs, you can't go wrong. This I had a slight problem with. If you notice, the screw in the middle is not in as much as the 2 at the side, and I did do them. I didn't just do one all the way in and then try and put the other 2 in. I'm not that silly. So very tight. I didn't want to. It's on enough. Do you know what I mean? It's on nice, but it's not flush in. So yeah, it's good, but that was a bit disconcerting that was going really tight on me. So just something to note. The forks, absolutely amazing. Can't fault them. You will never get the last inch of travel, but everyone says that on the internet. Nice and simple. I just either have it locked out or fully open. I don't mess about. Easy to set up. Big hits, small bumps, no vibrations. Won't completely dive on you when you're pedaling at something. Absolutely tip top. The frame looks beautiful. It does have the compliance in it. It doesn't smash my knees to bits and my back to bits like I thought it might, going back to a hardtail. It is super fun, and go and watch Hardtail Party's review because he's much better at this than me. And yeah, the only thing, like I've mentioned in the video, the stack's a bit low, so I've gone for the higher bars, which are working out quite nice actually. It's more willing to kind of, the front end's more willing to pop up when I'm riding along. Like, I can't manual, but like little manuals and that, it's doing it better than it had on the 29er, and it's kind of easier with the stack a bit higher and the riser bar. So happy days on that. The grips, considering these are budget grips, I mean, grips are grips, aren't they? But these race face Getter grips, they've not worn out on me, which other grips do, but they're not so hard that they won't wear out, if you know what I mean. So I'm really happy with these. Front brake, not really a problem, to be honest with you. Nothing to say about that. Might upgrade at some point, don't know. Dior shifter, yeah, perfect. I don't know why you'd buy anything better really. It's fine. If you've got the money for something better, buy something better, but I'm not in a hurry to upgrade that. This is just as it is, nice, whatever, perfect. Dropper post, might upgrade that just because it'd be a bit more pretty to a Hope one at some point. But yeah, no qualms about that either. MT5 rear brake, amazing, absolutely amazing. Stops beautiful, nice modulation, love it. I can't really say enough good stuff about it really. Apart from the standard pads that you'll get with it, won't have the bolts going through. If you can see that, you won't have the bolts going through. So don't be stupid like me and just never check them and then let them just fall into the caliper and end your ride. So that's the only bad thing I can say about that. Other than that, really good. 10 speed. I think this is a Suntour. Is it Suntour or Sunspeed cassette? Absolutely brilliant. You see it's a bit rusty. I've not really looked after the chain as well. I've tried. It's hard though this time of year. 10 speed, amazing. Why you would want a 12 speed crazy expensive like on my e-bike, I can't remember how much the cassette was, but it was bucks, man. And I don't even need 12 speed on my e-bike. Like, the 10 speed would be fine, and on this it's fine because when you want to go harder, you just click and it goes harder, whereas when you've got 12 speed you have to click twice to go harder. Do you know what I mean? So I personally think, I'm no pro, but 10 speed is the way to go. You almost want to go back in time, guys. Do you know what I mean? Honestly, no qualms about this yet. It's been fine. What would it be, 9 months, 10 months I've had this bike now? Not a problem, apart from the jockey wheels seized up and died on me a bit too quick. They didn't last very long, about 5 months maybe, and that was summer riding as well when they started creaking. So not too impressed with the jockey wheels, but I've always said that about Shimano jockey wheels, they're not as good as SRAM. My SRAM's on the e-bike, it's still going strong, no sign of wear, bearings are fine. So yeah, rear wheel, happy with it so far. And a DHF on the back. Some purists might make a comment about that on the trails, I don't know, but I've not felt it any more draggy or, oh no, I can't ride my bike because I've got a front tyre on the back, you know. It's like, yeah, not a problem, guys, not a problem. Got some nice loam on there. Yeah, oh, it's got a SRAM hub as well. Can't remember exactly what it is, but it's not one of the best. The engagement isn't amazing, like, do you know what I mean? You've got quite a lot of play before it engages. It's only sort of budget of the high end, if you know what I mean. It's as budget as I'm willing to go. What else is there to say? Bottom bracket's been fine. Cranks have been fine. Front wings weared a little bit more than the rest of the drivetrain, but that's been fine. It's dropped the chain a few times randomly over kind of quite bumpy stuff. It was a bit weird. It's only done it about 2-3 times, and I love it. I've made the seat a bit straighter because for pedalling, because the seat tube is a little bit laid back on these, so I've just sort of dropped down the seat at the front a bit more. But yeah, the seat's nice actually, it's quite comfortable. I'm a bit of a tart when it comes to saddle comfort, and that's been absolutely fine as well. Brand X dropper post, I've had it before, absolutely amazing, especially for the price. Perfect. She pedals well over long distance. She sends it downhill. I don't know what else to say, guys. I would recommend a Big Al. Although you can't buy this bike anymore, you have to get the 23 model. But I would say that's probably better. They've sorted out all the issues. It's got a higher stack. It's longer. slacker. I think they sorted the seat tube out. That might be slightly steeper as well, and it comes in white and blue.